Now when you're waiting for your jar to dry, you might be working on your lid. First of all, you can always leave it like this and cover just with tissue paper and afterwards tie with a string. However, to make sure that your loved one can't see the Tostitos on top, you might decide to use some hot glue to glue your tissue paper to the lid. As you can see, I'm using it generously all over. And I have 2 layers of tissue paper. I will explain why in just a second. So press firmly. As you can see, you can still see part of the Tostitos through the tissue paper. That's why we have 2 layers. But instead of using hot glue on the second one as well, I will use a little bit of Mod Podge. I'm not going over the sides, just the top. And I will set it aside to dry. Now on your jar, you can always use, as I mentioned, a ton of embellishments. For example, I have these very cute buttons that I have been saving for a while. I have different sizes hearts, and I think I'm going to use a couple now. Because these are a little bit bulkier than paper, I would use hot glue to glue them initially to the jar. And I would press firmly, like this. Let's see. Because this is a small jar, I'm not going to use the very big buttons. And after the hot glue is completely cold, you can go over all of these hearts with a little bit of Mod Podge just to seal them on top. That will make it more sturdy in case you want to use it for something else in the future. There we go. Here's our last one. You remember that I mentioned using a perfume, correct? So before your jar is completely dry, you can spray a couple of sprays of perfume inside just to make sure that there is no residue smell. Leave it to dry and then you can put your notes inside. And now we're going to wait for a little bit. Oh, actually I was going to show you how to use a little bit of sparkling glue to outline some of your hearts and also let it dry. That is giving it a really cute look in the end when it's dry. Be generous with the sparkling glue. It dries flat, so you can always, you don't have to do all of the hearts, of course. You can do just some of them, which is what I'm going to do. So there is a variety of different ones. And then I'm going to leave it to dry.